Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, you are going to learn metals and non-metals chapter NCERT exemplar MCQs. You see there are total 36 MCQs are there in this chapter, but we are going to discuss only 18 in this part, and in second part, we are going to discuss remaining 18 MCQs. Without wasting our time, let us jump into the topic. Number one, which one of the following property is generally not shown by metals? You see, you have studied about physical properties in textbook. In that physical properties, you have studied about electric conductivity. Metals are good conductors of electricity. Sonorous, metals will be producing sound, and metals will be showing property of ductility and malleability. Ductility in the sense which we can make it into wire. Now you see dullness. Metals are basically lustrous. They have given dullness. So this is not the property shown by metal. Answer is C, dullness. 2. The ability of metals to be drawn into wire known as. You see there are different physical properties are there for metals. Here ductility, nothing but property of metals to making into wires. Malleability, you can draw all metals into sheets. Sonorous, sonorous in the sense ability to produce sound. Conductivity, metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Now they are asking about drawn into thin wires. Wire nothing but A, ductility. Same question you can find it in your 8th class NCERT textbook also. Number 3, aluminum is used for making cooking utensils. Which of the following properties of aluminum are responsible for the same? So they are asking about aluminum utensils used for cooking. So in kitchen, in these four, what is applicable? Good thermal conductivity. Yeah, of course, aluminum is very good conductor of heat, such that they are used for making cooking utensils. They are good electric conductivity. Here you see we don't have any topic to discuss regarding electricity here in kitchen, right? So you can eliminate this answer. Ductility, ductility in the sense in previous slide we have discussed wires. So aluminum can be made into wire, but in kitchen we don't have any work to do with that wire, right? So you can eliminate this one also. Next, high melting point. Yeah, aluminum has very high melting points, as that if you keep that aluminum utensil on stove, because of that heat energy, no metal will be melted. So this is the property you need to consider. You have to consider number 1 and 4. Here option you can find D, 1 and 4. That is the correct option for that question. Number 4, which one of the following metals do not react with cold as well as hot water? We know there are metals, few metals will be reacting with cool water, cold water. A few metals will be reacting with hot water. A few metals will be reacting with steam. Now, you see in this, sodium, calcium, these two metals will be reacting with cold water, and magnesium, it will be reacting with hot water. If you observe this iron, it will react with steam. Now what they are asking, metals do not react with cold as well as hot water. Here these three metals will be reacting with cold water and hot water, and this is reacting with steam. So iron will not react with cool water, it will not react with hot water. So answer is D, iron. Which one of the following oxides of iron would be obtained on prolonged reaction? You see what is prolonged reaction? Nothing but continuous reaction. Maximum students will be doing mistakes here. What mistake they will do? Let us see. If iron is reacting with steam, water, because iron only reacts with steam, right? It will produce FeO plus H2. What they will do, blindly they will mark this FeO and they will mark this A option, but this is wrong. What they are asking, prolonged reaction, prolonged in the sense continuous. So Fe plus 3H2O, balanced one. 2Fe plus 3H2O gives rise to Fe2O3 plus 3H2. Now what they will do, of course this equation you can find it in textbook. So just by observing this Fe2O3, they will mark this one. Of course this is also wrong. You see Fe plus 4H2O gives rise to Fe3O4. So simply to say in textbook you can find like iron 2 3 oxide. This is the answer you need to mark, Fe3O4. Answer is C. Of course hydrogen gas 4H2. So blindly don't mark these two options, you will be losing marks. Fe3O4, you have to remember. Number 6, what happens when calcium is treated with water? You see, basically when calcium is treated with water, it reacts, but it reacts very less violently. It will not react like sodium, potassium, like those metals. It will not react very high violently. It will not react more violently. It reacts less violently with water. At the same time, you see, in chemical properties we have studied, when metal is reacting with water, two types of equations you can find. First one, metal oxide and hydrogen gas, metal hydroxide, isn't it? Hydroxide and hydrogen gas. In which condition we will be getting metal oxide, and in which condition we will get metal hydroxide? If metal is moderate reactive, metal oxide will get. If metal is high reactive, then we'll get metal hydroxide. And you see this calcium, it is high reactive. So Ca plus H2O gives rise to CaOH taken twice plus H2. Now you see guys, if you take some beaker and take some amount of water, try to drop small piece of calcium. You see that calcium first it will sink, it will get down. When calcium is reacting with water, it will produce calcium hydroxide. At the same time, when gas is produced, you can observe that is hydrogen gas. All that hydrogen gas, of course, in water, gas will be in form of bubbles. Bubbles that will be sticking to the surface of that calcium. After sticking, what will happen? Due to that hydrogen gas, that calcium metal floats over the surface of water. It will come out, it will come up. So that calcium metal will be floating. Why it will be floating? Because under that calcium, you can observe hydrogen gas bubbles. Okay, after this explanation, what answers you need to mark? It does not react with water. No, it will react with water. This is wrong. Eliminate. It reacts violently with water. No, this is not sodium, potassium. It will not react violently with water. It reacts less violently with water. Yeah, definitely it will react less violently with water. Bubbles of hydrogen gas form, stick to the surface of calcium. So after sticking, what is happening? That calcium floats over the water surface. So this is also correct option. 3 and 4. Where you can find the 3 and 4? D, 3 and 4. Number 7. Generally metals react with acids. Okay, they are asking. You see, generally metals reacts with acids to give salt and hydrogen gas. Of course, which of the following acids does not give hydrogen gas on reacting with metals except manganese and magnesium? You see, this sulfuric acid, it will be reacting with all metals and it will produce salt and hydrogen gas. HCl, hydrochloric acid, also will be reacting with all other, different metals. It will be producing salt and hydrogen gas. If you observe this HNO3, that is nitric acid, that nitric acid cannot produce hydrogen gas if it is reacting with metal. So you can observe same equation in your textbook also. When metal is reacting with nitric acid, it will produce, of course, salt. Instead of hydrogen gas, it will produce water, H2O. Why? Because nitric acid is a very good and very strong oxidizing agent. Because of that oxidizing agent, that oxygen which is produced, it will be reacting with hydrogen gas. So oxygen and hydrogen gas both will be mixed together to form water. Right. So answer is C, HNO3. Number 8, the composition of aqua regia is. You see, to prepare that aqua regia is a freshly prepared mixture of two concentrated acids. What are those two concentrated acids? HCl and HNO3. Hydrochloric acid and nitric acid both will be mixed in the ratio 3:1. So 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3, and both will be concentrated. Now we need to find answer. Concentrated HCl, concentrated HNO3. Here you can find concentrated HCl, concentrated HNO3 in ratio 3:1. You can eliminate. You see, dilute is there. You can eliminate. Here you can find dilute, eliminate, dilute. You can eliminate. So answer is number C. So without eliminating, you can write answer for this, right? Number 9. Which of the following are not ionic compound? You see, what is meant by ionic compound? Simply to say salt. How salts are formed? Metals will be losing electron. Metal will be losing electron. Non-metals will be gaining electrons. Right? Gaining electrons. Now, if you observe that ionic compound are simply to say salt, there will be two parts. First part is metal part. Second part is non-metal part. Here you can observe potassium is metal, chlorine is non-metal. So this is ionic compound. You can observe this sodium is metal, chlorine is non-metal. This is also ionic compound. Here if you observe, hydrogen is non-metal, chlorine is also non-metal. This is not ionic compound. Carbon is non-metal, chlorine is also non-metal. So that is non-ionic compound. What they are asking? Which of the following are not ionic compounds? 2 and 3. Where you can find the 2 and 3? B, isn't it? So answer is B, 2 and 3. Number 10, which one of the following properties is not generally exhibited by ionic compounds? We have studied properties of ionic compounds, characteristics of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are soluble in water. Definitely, if you take salts can be soluble, can be dissolved in water. Electric conductivity in solid state. You see, salts will be in form of crystals. In crystals, you can observe there will be strong molecular forces, right? Very strong molecular forces will be there because of all ions will be holding together in fixed positions by strong electrostatic force, which cannot move freely. So electric conductivity in solid state cannot be observed. Electric conductivity in molten state can be observed. Molten state in the sense in liquid state, right? So if there is no conduction of electricity in water, distilled water, we'll be adding 1 pinch of salt in it, such that electricity will be conducted in molten state, liquid state. And the high melting point and boiling point, yes, all ionic compounds will be possessing high melting point and boiling point. It will have high melting point. To melt that ionic compound, we need to supply more amount of heat energy, right? So this is also property possessing by ionic compounds. What they are asking? Not. So not means this is B. Electric conductivity in solid state, it will not possess. Next, number 11, which of the following metals exist in their native state in nature? Native state in nature in the sense it will not be reacting with any other compounds or elements. Simply to say, Au gold, Ag silver. These two metals are less reactive metals. Less reactive metals. And they are usually found in free state. So native state in the sense free state. So this you can mark 2 and 4. Where you can find the 2 and 4? Yeah, here, right? C. 2 and 4 is the correct option. Number 12, metals are refined by using different methods. Which of the following metals are refined by electrolytic refining? Guys, many students will be confused. Here, electrolytic refining is different from electrolysis. Electrolytic refining in the sense it is used for metals like copper, zinc, silver, Au, etc. This method is used for refining an impure metal. From impure metal, if you want to extract pure, depends on nature of metals, right? And impurities present in it. Here, Au, copper, these metals will be Au. Here I have written Au, Ag, Cu, Zn. These are the metals are used. These are the metals will be extracted, right? Will be refined. Dust particles will be removed. Impurities will be removed by electrolytic refining. And here, if you observe these two from electrolysis, this also we are going to discuss. So answer what we have to go for 12th one. Here you can observe A, 1 and 2. These two will be electrolytic refining, these two electrolysis. Silver articles become black on prolonged exposure to air. This is due to the formation of. So what is the correct option here? Ag3n, Ag2O, Ag2S, Ag2S and Ag3n. So silver article, silver, that is argentum Ag, if it is exposed to, so many teachers and students will be confused here. So they will be writing like silver will be reacting with oxygen, silver will be reacting with carbon dioxide, silver will be reacting with hydrogen. No, actually silver will be reacting with hydrogen sulfide, H2S. When silver is reacting with H2S, then only black color coating can be observed on the silver. And equation products are Ag2S plus H2. So this is the correct option, C. Next, number 14. Galvanization is a method of protecting iron from rusting by coating a thin layer of, this is 8th class question. In 8th class NCERT textbook, if you observe direct question, that is zinc coating on iron, nothing but galvanization. Stainless steel is very useful material for our life. In stainless steel, iron is mixed with. You see how we are going to get stainless steel. Stainless steel is a combination of iron with nickel and chromium, sometimes carbon also. Iron, nickel, chromium and carbon. And here if you observe the percentages, iron will be 74%, nickel will be 8%, chromium 18%. So totally if you add 100% will be there. So some amount of carbon also will be mixed. So answer is iron, nickel and chromium, option A. Number 16, if copper is kept open in air, it slowly loses its shining brown surface and gains a green coating. So nothing but corrosion. It is due to formation of, right? Formation of what? Here you see guys, copper, if it is kept open, you see copper directly it cannot react only with oxygen. So copper will be reacting with oxygen. At the same time, carbon dioxide also should be present. At the same time, some amount of moisture also should be present. Copper plus oxygen plus carbon dioxide plus water, that gives rise to green color coating, that is nothing but CuCO3 dot CuOH taken twice. So simply to say CuCO3, CuCO3, nothing but basic copper carbonate. Basic copper carbonate. This basic copper carbonate will be in green color. Answer straight away you can mark this BCuCO3. Number 17. Generally metals are solid in nature. Which one of the following metals is found in liquid state at room temperature? Very straightforward question and very easy to answer. That is Hg, that is mercury. That is the only metal which will be in liquid state that we can use it in thermometers, barometers, etc. Next, last MCQ of this video. Which of the following metals are obtained by electrolysis? Do you remember the question number 12, I guess? Here I have explained, right? Electrolytic refining is different from electrolysis. Electrolytic refining in the sense method to remove impurities from metal, and electrolysis for high reactive metals will be taking. And in these four, which metals are high reactive? So simple answer is sodium, calcium. And you see this iron and copper that will be mixed with sulfide ores, sometimes carbonate ores. If it is mixed with sulfide ore, we'll go with roasting. If it is combined with the carbonate ore, CO3, we'll be going with calcination. In textbook you might have learned, right? Roasting and calcination. But if you observe this sodium and calcium, we'll be going with electrolysis, passing of electricity through electrolyte. Now answer 1 and 2, where we can find that 1 and 2? Here D option. So these are 18 MCQs from chapter acid, bases and salts. Remaining 18 MCQs from 19 to 36 you are going to learn in next part. That as soon as possible I'll try to upload that. And if you have learned something from this video, just you can forward this video to your friends, so that you along with your friends will be learning together. And just subscribe for continuous updates and continuous videos. Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day. Till then.